Before I begin today's video, I'm going to need you guys to go and hit that subscribe button. Thank you. What is up, everybody? You already know who it is. It's your boy, Mocho. And I am back today with a new reading from the Holy Scripture. Excuse me. Pardon me. It is day 29. And we are going to be covering Exodus 25 to 29. Exodus 25 to 29. Oh man, I look down and I already see a word that I can't even say. Alright, let's begin today's reading with me stuttering this whole thing. Instructions for the tabernacle. While Moses communes with God upon Mount Sinai, God gives Moses lengthy instructions for the design and construction of a place of worship. It is called a tabernacle or a tent of meeting. It can be moved along with the Israelis as they migrate about the Sinai region. The tabernacle will be filled with God's holy presence and will contain an altar to be presided over by priests, with the assist from men and the tribe of Levi. Those who minister will wear special clothes in their times of service. Within the tabernacle, various offerings will be made, and other ceremonies will take place as God instructs. Of particular importance will be various items of natural and religious significance, which are to be kept within the tabernacle, including an ark or chest of wood, which eventually will contain Aaron's rod, a part of manna, and 2 tablets of the law. The ark itself is to be about 4 feet long and 2 feet wide and 2 feet deep. Above the ark is to be an ornament cover decorated with 2 shrubs. There is also to be a special table for acacia wood, a golden lampstand of specific ornate design, and the altar of incense. I keep forgetting how to say this. The tabernacle itself is to be constructed of the very finest materials, using 18 inches as a cubit. The court of the tabernacle will extend approximately 150 feet long and 70 feet wide, with the walls just over 7 feet high. A special part of the tabernacle is to be called the most holy place, and only the high priest will enter it once each year to seek annulment for the people's sins. The details of the blueprints given to Moses, as well as the descriptions of priestly garments, not only arouse one's fascination, but also suggests that no detail of man's worship of God is too small for God's concern. offering for tabernacle. Is that how you say it? Tabernacle? Define tabernacle.
In biblical use, a fixed or movable dwelling, typically of light construction. Do you want to hear the next one?
No, thank you. Tell me why I got that right. Tabernacle. The Lord said to Moses, "Tell the Israelites to bring me an offering. You are to receive the offering from me from everyone whose heart promotes them to give. These are the offerings you are to receive from them: gold, silver, and bronze, blue, purple, and scarlet yarn, and fine line, goat hair, ram skin dyed red, and another type of durable leather, acacia wood, olive oil for the night, spices for the anointing oil, and for the fragrance incense, and onyx stones and other gems to be mounted on the ephod of breastpiece. I don't know. Then have them make a sanctuary for me, and I will dwell among them. Make the tabernacle and all this furnishings exactly like the pattern I will show you. The ark. Have them make an ark of acacia wood, 2.5 cubits long, a cubit and a half wide, and a cubit and a half high. Overlay it with pure gold, both inside and out, and make the gold molding around it. Make the gold molding around it. Cast 4 gold rings for it, and fasten them to its 4 feet, with 2 rings on one side and 2 rings on the other. Then make poles of acacia wood and overlay them with gold. Insert the 2 poles into the rings on the side of the ark to carry it. The poles are to remain in the rings of this ark. They are not to be removed. Then put the ark, the tablets of the covenant law, which I will give to you. The annulment cover. Make an annulment cover of pure gold, 2.5 cubits long and a cubit and a half wide. Make the 2 cherubim out of hammered gold at the ends of the covers. Make 1 shrub on one end and the second shrub on the other. Make the cherub of one piece with the cover, the other 2 ends. Okay. The cherub are to have 2 wings spread upward, overshadowing the cover with them. The cherub are to face each other, looking toward the cover. Place the cover on top of the ark and put it in the ark and the tablets of the covenant law, and I will give to you. There above the cover between the 2 cherubim that over the ark of the covenant law, I will meet with you and give you all my commands of the Israelis. I'm sorry if I'm fucking this all up. I'm trying to get this as well. The table. Make a table of acacia wood, 2 cubits long, and a cubit wide, and a cubit and a half high. Overlay it with pure gold and make it gold molded around it. Also make around it a rim, a hand breadth wide, and Put a gold molding on the rim. Make 4 gold rings for the table and fasten them to the 4 corners where the 4 legs are. The rings are to be close to the rim and hold the poles used in carrying the table. Make the poles of acacia wood, overlay them with gold, and carry the table with them. And make the plates and dishes of pure gold, as well as its pitchers and bowls for the pouring out of offerings. Put the bread of the presence on this table to be before me at all times. The lampstand. Make a lampstand of pure gold. Hammer it out its base and shaft, and make its flower like cups, buds, and blossoms of one piece with them. 6 branches are to extend from the sides of the lampstand, 3 on one side and 3 on the other. 3 cups shaped like almond flowers, with the buds and blossoms blossoms are to be on one branch, 3 on the next branch, and on the same for all 6 branches extending from the lampstand. And on the lampstand there are to be 4 cups shaped like almond flowers, with buds and blossoms. 1 bud shall be under the first pair of branches extending from the lampstand, the 2nd bud under the 2nd pair, and the 3rd bud under the 3rd pair. 6 branches in it. The buds and branches shall all be of one piece with the lampstand, hammered out of pure gold. Then make it 7 lamps and set them up on it so that they light the space in front of it. The wick trimmers and trays are to be of pure gold. A talent of pure gold is to be used for the lampstand, and all these accessories see that you make them accordingly to the pattern shown you on the mountain. The tabernacle. Make the tabernacle with 10 curtains of finely twisted linen in blue, purple, and scarlet yarn, with the cherubim woven into them by a skilled worker. Use the curtains. All the curtains are to be the same size, 28 cubits long and 4 cubits wide. Join 5 of the curtains together and do the same with the other 5. Make the loops of blue material along the edge of the ends curtain in one set, and do the same with the end curtain in the other set. Make 50 loops on one curtain and 50 loops on the other curtain of the other set, with the loops opposite of each other. Then make 50 gold clasps and use them to fasten the curtains together so that the tabernacle is a unit. Make curtains of goat's hair for the tent over the tabernacle, 11 altogether. All 11 curtains are to be the same size, 30 cubits long and 4 cubits wide. Join 5 of the curtains together into one set, and the other 6 into another set. Fold the 6th curtain double at the front of the tent. Make 50 loops along the edge of the end curtain in one set, and also along the edge of the end curtain in the other set. Then make 50 bronze clasps and make them in the loops to fasten the tent together as a unit. As for the additional length of the tent curtains, the half curtains that are left over is to hang down at the rear of the tabernacle. The tent contains the curtains. The tent curtains will be a cubit longer on both sides. What is left will hang over the sides of the tabernacle, so as to cover it. Make for the tent a covering of ram skin dyed red, and over that a covering of the other durable leather. Make upright frames of acacia wood for the tabernacle. Each frame is to be 10 cubits long and a cubit and a half wide, with 2 projections set parallel to each other. Make all the frames of the tabernacle in this way. Make 20 frames for the south side of the tabernacle, and make 40 silver bases to go under them. 2 bases for each frame, 1 under each projection. For the other side, the north side of the tabernacle, make 20 frames for the 40 silver bases, 2 under each frame. Make 6 frames for the far end, that is, the west end of the tabernacle, and make 2 frames for the corners at the far end. At these 2 corners, they must be doubled from the bottom all the way to the top, and fitted into a single ring. Both shall be like that. So there will be 8 frames and 16 silver bases, 2 under each frame. Also make crossbars of acacia wood, 5 for the frames on one side of the tabernacle, 5 for those on the other side, and 5 for the frames on the west. At the far end of the tabernacle, the center crossbar is to extend from the end to end at the middle of the frames. Overlay the frames with gold and make gold rings to hold the crossbars. So the overlay of the construction with the gold. Set up the tabernacle accordingly to the plan shown you on the mountain. Veil in the most holy place. Make a certain curtain of blue, purple, and scarlet yarn, and finely twisted lean with cherubim woven into it by a skilled worker. Hang it with gold hooks on 4 posts of acacia wood, overlaid with gold and standing on 4 silver bases. Hang the curtain from the clasps and place the ark of the covenant law behind the curtain. The curtain will separate the holy place from the most holy place. Put the annulment cover on the ark of the covenant law in the most holy place. Place the table outside the curtain on the north side of the tabernacle, and put the lampstand opposite on the south side. For the entrance to the tent, make a curtain of blue, purple, and scarlet yarn, and finally twist the line. The work of the embroiderer, make gold hooks for the curtains and 5 posts of acacia wood overlaid with gold, and cast 5 brown bases for them. Altar for the burnt offerings. Build an altar of acacia wood, 3 cubits high. It is to be square, 5 cubits long and 5 cubits wide. Make a horn at each of the 4 corners, so that the horns and the altar are of one piece. And overlay the altar with bronze. Make all the utensils of bronze, its pots to remove the ashes, and its shovels, sparkling bowls, meat forks, and fire pans. Make a grating for it, a bronze network, and make a bronze ring at each of the 4 corners of the network. Put it under the ledge of the altar so that it is halfway up the altar. Make the poles of acacia wood for the altar and overlay them with bronze. The poles are to be inserted into the ring so that they will be on 2 sides of the altar when it is carried. Make the altar hollow. Out of boards it is to be made so that you were shown the mountain. It is to be made just as you were shown on the mountain. Outer court. Make a courtyard for the tabernacle. The south side shall be 100 cubits long, and it shall have curtains of finely twisted line, with 20 pots and 20 bronze bases, with silver hooks and bands of the pots. The north side shall be 100 cubits long, and is to have curtains, with 20 pots and 20 bronze bases, and with silver hooks, the bands on the posts. The west end of the courtyard shall be 50 cubits wide, and have curtains with 10 posts and 10 bases. On the east end toward the sunrise, the courtyard shall also be 50 cubits wide. Curtains 15 cubits long are to be on one side of the entrance, with 3 posts and 3 bases, and curtains 15 cubits long are to be on the other side, with 3 posts and 3 bases. For the entrance to the courtyard, provide a curtain 20 cubits long of blue, purple, and scarlet yarn, and finely twisted line, the work of the embroider, with 4 posts and 4 bases. All the posts around the courtyard are to have silver bands and hooks, and the bronze bases. The courtyard should be 100 cubits long and 50 cubits wide, with curtains of finely twisted line 5 cubits high, and with bronze bases. All the other articles used in the service of the tabernacle, whatever their functions, including all the tent pegs for it and all those for the courtyard, are to be of bronze. Oil for lamp. Command the Israelis to bring you clear oil of pressed olives for the light, so that the lamps may be kept burning. In the tent of meeting, outside of the curtain that shields the ark of the covenant law, Aaron and his sons are to keep the lamps burning before the Lord from evening till morning. This is to be a lasting ordinance among the Israelis for the generations to come. Garments for a priest. Have Aaron your brother brought to you from among the Israelis, along with his sons Nadab and Abihu, Eleazar and Hamir, so that they may serve me as priests. Make sacred garments for your brother Aaron, to give him dignity and honor. Tell all the skilled workers to whom I have given wisdom in such matters that they are to make garments for Aaron, for his concentration, so that he may serve me as priest. These are the garments that, I don't know why I'm adding words. These are garments they are to make: a breastpiece, and ephod, a robe, a woven tunic, a turban, and a sash. They are to make these sacred garments for your brother Aaron and his sons, so that they may serve me as priests. Have them use gold, and blue, purple, and scarlet yarn, and fine line. Make the ephod of gold and blue, purple, and scarlet yarn, and of finely twisted line, the work of skilled hands. It is to have 2 shoulder pieces attached to 2 of its corners, so it can be fastened. Its skillfully woven wristband is to be like it, of 1 piece with the ephod, and made with gold and with blue, purple, and scarlet yarn, and finely twisted line. Take 2 onyx stones, and engrave on them the names of the sons of Israel in order of their birth. 6 names on 1 stone, and the remaining 6 on the other. Engrave the names of the sons of Israel on the 2 stones, that the way a gem cutter engraves a seal. Then mount the stones in gold figurine settings, and fasten them on a shoulder piece of the ephod as a memorial stones for the sons of Israel. Aaron is to bear the names on his shoulder as a memorial before the Lord. Make gold figurine settings and 2 braided chains of pure gold, like a rope, and attach the chains to the settings. Fashion a breastpiece for making decisions, the work of skilled hands. Make it like a ephod of gold, and of blue, purple, and scarlet yarn, and finely twisted line. It is to be squared, a span long and a span wide, and folded double. Then mount 4 rows of precious stones on it. The first row shall be catacline, cycolite, and beryl. The second row shall be turquoise, lapis, lazuli, and emerald. The third row shall be ginseng, agate, and what is it? Amethyst. The fourth row should be topaz, onyx, and jasper. Mount them in gold filigree settings. There are to be 12 stones, 1 for each of the names of the sons of Israel, engraved like a seal with the name of one of the 12 tribes. For the breastpiece, make braided chains of pure gold like a rope. Make 2 gold rings for it, and fasten them to 2 corners of the breastpiece. Fasten the 2 gold chains to the rings at the corners of the breastpiece, and at the other ends of the chains to the 2 settings, attaching them to the shoulder pieces of the ephod at the front. Make 2 gold rings and attach them to the other 2 corners of the breastpiece on the inside edge next to the ephod. Make 2 gold rings and attach them to the bottom of the shoulder pieces on the front of the ephod, close to the seam just above the wristband of the ephod. The rings of the breastpiece are to be tied to the rings of the ephod with blue cord connecting it to the wristband, so that the breastpiece will not swing out of the ephod. Whenever Aaron enters the holy place, he will bear the names of the sons of Israel over his heart and the breastpiece of decision as a continuing memorial before the Lord. Also put the Urim and the Thummim and the breastpiece, so that they may be over Aaron's heart wherever he enters the presence of the Lord. Thus Aaron will be always bear the means of making decisions for the Israelites over the heart before the Lord. Make the robe of the ephod entirely of blue cloth, with an opening for the head in its center. There shall be a woven edge like a collar around its opening, so that it will not tear. Make pomegranates of blue, purple, and scarlet yarn, and around hem of the robe, with gold bells between them. The gold bells and the pomegranates, not par, pomegranates are to alternate around the hem of the robe. Aaron must wear it when his ministers. Aaron must wear it when he ministers. The sound of the bells will be heard when he enters the holy place before the Lord, and when he comes out, so that he will not die. Make a plate of pure gold and engrave it as on a seal, holy to the Lord. Fasten a blue cord to it and attach to the turban. It is to be on the front of the turban. It will be on Aaron's forehead, and I will bear the guilt involved in the sacred gifts of the Israelis considerate whenever the gifts may be. It will be on Aaron's forehead continually, so that they will be acceptable by the Lord. Weave the tunic of fine line and make the turban of fine line. The sash is to be work of an embroiderer. Make tunics, sashes, and caps for Aaron's sons, and give them dignity and honor. After you put these clothes on your brother Aaron and his sons, anoint and ordain them. Consecrate them so that they may serve me as priests. Make lined undergarments as a covering for the body, reaching the waist up to the thigh. Aaron and his sons must wear them whenever they enter the tent meeting or approach the altar to minister in the holy place, so that they will not incur guilt and die. This is to be a lasting ordinance for Aaron and his descendants. Bam. And that is today's reading. So, quick reflection. So what I got from today is the Lord he's got Moses and Aaron making stuff right now. Making an altar in his name. And he's just giving them a bunch of instructions to do. And I'm not gonna name all these instructions. There's just so many. I was a little overwhelmed by this reading. I'm not gonna lie. It was a lot. And I'm completely exhausted right now. But so he was giving them a bunch of instructions that they had to make. I'm assuming it's like this gold box. It's like certain, like they're using, I don't know how to say it, like alkaline wood or something. And it's supposed to be like you pour gold all over, and it's supposed to be made of pure gold. And it's supposed to be like, I'm assuming it's a box. But yeah, so he's having them like do like make this box a certain way and whatnot, and he's having like Aaron and his brothers become priests for him. So he's just getting a bunch of shit done right now. That's all I'm getting. He's trying to get shit done and having an altar built. But yeah, those are the instructions given to Moses. So, it was a lot. It was a lot. It was a good reading, but a lot. So yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did, because I really did enjoy it, even though I was very frustrated. But yeah, and I stuttered too much, and I can't read with the shit. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know you're cringing when you guys watch. You're like, Jesus Christ, I can't watch this. Scared. Yeah, I'm sorry. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I did. All right. Well, you already know who it is. It's your boy Mucho, and it's time for me to what? Skedaddle on out of here.